In today's Leeds news, Farke signs on, more details emerge. Farke's appointment causes casualties. Leeds have a battle for Phillips. Darlow could be the first signing. Takeover update. And Robin Koch signs for Frankfurt. Morning folks, Jay here at the View on the 5th of July with your Leeds United news, and things are moving. They are moving. Things are moving behind the scenes, and we finally have a head coach appointed. And we'll go through this in some details. Some of the details have started to emerge about this, as well as some exits from the playing squad and the staffing as well, all as a result of Daniel Farke's incoming appointment. So we'll start off with this. And as we all know, Leeds have appointed Daniel Farke as the head coach, and Daniel Farke has signed a 4-year contract at Leeds. Interestingly, with that as well, is that a record contract for a Leeds United head coach. No Leeds coach has ever received a contract of the length of 4 years, which is a real statement of intent from Leeds United to Daniel Farke and the plans for that push back into the Premier League. The 46-year-old German has started to put his stamp behind the scenes. Yesterday reported that he was likely to bring in 3 of his previous assistants from Gladbach, and he has confirmed to BBC's Don't Go to Bed Just Yet that he has in fact done that. Eddie Reimer, Christopher Jan and Chris Domagala have all been appointed to roles. So what did that look like? Well, Eddie Reimer will fill the role of assistant head coach. Christopher Jan will step in as the first team coach, but also the data analyst role, and that's had a knock-on effect, and we'll get to that in a few minutes. And Chris Domagala, he will come in as the head of performance. So what he said is he will work closely with the medical team, the doctors, and the sports scientists with Leeds. As he said, this is now a case of you can't build a home without a family now. So it's a case of everyone being involved in this and having the right people in the right places. So that looks like it's moving forward. Interestingly, Farke's title is not head coach, it is manager, and Adam Pope asked him about this in his interview for Don't Go to Bed Just Yet. He was a little bit, I won't say evasive, he's kind of said the same thing in every single interview. It's kind of like he's got this rehearsed piece that he's going to say to everybody, and he kind of goes into that when the first question is asked as opposed to answering the direct question. But he did say he'd be more involved in transfers and has been involved with conversations with Nick Hammond around outgoings and incomings as well. He said that quick decisions will need to be made in terms of the staffing, which he has already started, as well as quick decisions being made on the playing squad. Asked about the squad that he has, he said he didn't want to go into it in too much detail, talking about individuals that after a relegation season is always a hangover, and he doesn't expect this squad to look the same when we kick off the championship campaign. So plenty of exits and incomings are expected now that the head coach has been confirmed. And Parag Marthe has also had his say on this as well. And what Parag has had to say about this is the following. After a tough recruitment process, we are excited to confirm Daniel's appointment to our first team manager role. His record in the championship is clear, and I am impressed by his leadership and plan to guide Leeds back to the Premier League. Farke did claim that he needed some convincing from Leeds in order to take the job, but he did say that he has always had a soft spot for Leeds. In an interview on leedsunited.com site, he said that when he talks about, and when he was in the motherland of football, he talked about stadiums that had massive atmospheres, and he said he always included Leeds United as saying it's something special. He also went on to say that he wants to make sure that Leeds stay unique and stay special. Now, whether this is a lean back to the Leeds United under Marcelo Bielsa or not remains to be seen, but he said that this is a unique place. This is a different place, and it should be kept that way, and it's important for him that Leeds stay unique and special. So love what I heard from him yesterday. Really love what I heard from him yesterday. But it's not it's not been a smooth process for everybody. We'll get to that though. He was asked about the transfer budget and what's the likelihood there. According to other sources, they've said Leeds will have an aggressive transfer budget and an aggressive approach to the transfer market, with a substantial transfer and wage budget being put in place for Farke's charge. So what's the knock-on effect of Farke coming in? Well, we have started to see some recruitment or some staffing casualties at the club this morning, and all on the back of Daniel Farke's appointment. We start off first by under-21 coach Paco Gallardo has said goodbye to Leeds United after guiding the under-21s to a promotion campaign back to Premier League 2 Division 1 last season. Goalkeeping coach Marcus Abad has also said his goodbyes to Leeds after 6 years at the club. He was originally a Victor Orta appointment in a relationship with Victor Orta. Abad's been at the club for a long time, worked under Bielsa's team as well. I know people locally not necessarily have a lot of time for Marcus, but he's been at the club for a long time, so he's moved on. It doesn't say if Farke is bringing in a coach. Otta, who was his coach, goalkeeping coach at Borussia Mönchengladbach is still at Borussia Mönchengladbach, whether there's negotiation going on there, or whether Farke has another option to bring in. Presuming and assuming some stuff here, maybe the likelihood of Paco Gallardo moving on means Michael Skubala will move back into the under-21 head coach role there. I'm assuming some stuff. I don't know. And it'd be interesting to see what Leeds do. Leeds do have other goalkeeping coaches there, so the fact that there's no, head coach for the goalkeepers there today, it's not the worst case scenario for preseason because there are other head goalkeeping coaches there, so there won't be any issues there. Also, we're pointing out that Jordan Davison has left his role as first team performance analyst, and that's probably because, as we already said, Christopher Jan will probably be taking up that role as well as the assistant head coach role as well. So a lot of stuff going on in the background, a lot of movement today, which is good. We wanted this. I don't think we can say that the 49ers are sitting on their hands now. It seems to be a lot of things moving. The last couple of weeks, we've seen a temporary director of football put in place. We've seen a new kit sponsor announced. We've seen a new training wear sponsor announced, as well as the new head coach being appointed as well. And we're now starting to see movement out and in from Leeds. And we'll get to that in a couple of seconds. But let's talk about the incoming stuff. And let's talk about Nat Phillips and the link with Nat Phillips last week. And according to Athletic, Leeds now face some substantial competition for Nat Phillips' signature from Dutch runners-up Feyenoord. Arne Slot now making a move for players Leeds were interested in on the back of him being very close to being a Leeds United manager last season. Basically what it says is that there is a 10 million fee, as we already know, for Nat Phillips, and Leeds are interested in the player, but no club has opened to negotiations with Liverpool or the player just yet. What it does say is that the temptation of Champions League football with Feyenoord might be more appealing to Nat Phillips than a stint back in the Championship, even if it is just for one season and Leeds can get out the first time of asking. So Leeds have competition there. We have to wait and see what happens with that one. Speaking of signings that could come in, and according to Sky Sports, they reckon that Karl Darlow could be Daniel Farke's first signing for Leeds. They claim that Leeds are in active negotiations with Newcastle around bringing the shot stopper to Leeds. Bournemouth are still said to be very interested in the player, but he will be looking at a number 2 role if he went to Bournemouth, where Leeds he could be coming in very much as a number 1. Darlow, as a Premier League goalkeeper, has mistakes in him. However, as a Championship goalkeeper, has always looked really, really strong. I think for what we need right now, he's a good goalkeeper. Even with mistakes, he's still a very, very good goalkeeper. So, it'd be a good start to get that one out of the way and done. And does experienced goalkeeper as well. He is an experienced goalkeeper, and that should be said as well. Where are we on the takeover stuff? Because the announcement of the manager and the takeover were expected to happen at the same time. So where are we with that? Well, according to the Daily Mail, Leeds are hopeful of the 49ers takeover from Andrea Radrizzani being ratified in the next couple of days. They did want to hold off and announce the takeover and manager at the same time. However, given the delays that have happened between Radrizzani and the EFL and this deal, they had to move ahead and announce Farke early because preseason training was starting today. So they are hopeful, and the Daily Mail are saying that they're very hopeful that the noise is coming out of the EFL that this will be ratified in the next couple of days. So formalities only at this point, hopefully. So let's talk about exits then as we wrap up today's video, and it's finally happened and looks like it's done and dusted. By the time you watch this, it may be already confirmed, but it looks like it's pretty much close to happening. But according to Sky Sports Germany, Florian Plettenberg and Bild, Robin Koch has completed his move from Leeds to Eintracht Frankfurt. It says he did turn down Leverkusen, with Manchester United also being interested in the player, but he has decided to make the move to Frankfurt. It is a 1-year loan deal. There is no current information on any clauses just yet. That could change in the next couple of days, but he is in the last year of his contract, so this will run Robin Koch down to the end of his contract with Leeds United, and it'll be the last we see of Robin Koch at Leeds United. Given the back of his season last year, this is probably a good move for him. It's probably a good move for Leeds as well. We move forward with players that want to be here. I think Robin Koch's agent and the amount of noise around Robin Koch over the last couple of months has signalled that a player that doesn't really want to be at Leeds going forward, and that's okay for us. If you don't want to be here, that's okay. Off you go. So that's the first one out the door. Looks like it's done and dusted. We haven't seen any photographs just yet coming out of Leeds Twitter account on pre-season, which is unusual because first day back on the grass, you usually see a lot of photographs and videos. Nothing just yet, and I would expect to see something today. I'm interested to see if Jack Harrison is there in that mix after yesterday's video. So if you want to check out yesterday's news, the video is available there as well as Mondays as well, in case you missed it. So that's going to be it for me for today, folks. Good news day. Things are moving forward. We can all relax, settle down a little bit as we move into the back end of this week and weekend, and looking forward, hopefully next week, to seeing some movement in the playing squad, incomings and outgoings. I would imagine this will be some rapid fire stuff happen over the next week or so, with Leeds looking to get something in place before they take on Manchester United in Norway pretty soon. So that's it for me for today, folks. Massive thanks as always for supporting the channel and watching, and I will see you tomorrow for more Leeds news. Thanks very much. See you then. Bye.